Namaste everyone. Thank you for joining in this video. So this is the last video on the series of nodes in the houses. And today we will be covering Ketu in the 12th house. And before we go into the meat of the topic, kindly subscribe to the channel, like the content if you find it useful, and please share it with your friends and family if you think that they can also benefit from this knowledge. Okay. So the 12th house, as we know, it rules to feet. And because Ketu represents detachment, so such a native may suffer from foot problems like numbness, stiffness, tingling, twitching, restless foot syndrome, and even, atrophy or amputation. On the positive side, such a native may enjoy rehabilitation through, podiatric therapy, for example, taking foot baths or foot massage, reflexology, or walking meditation. Now, the 12th house is also the house of sleeping. So malefic, if Ketu is having malefic aspects, or if Ketu is hemmed between malefics, or if Ketu is influenced by malefics, then such a Ketu in the 12th may cause sleeping troubles or may give troubled sleep. The 12th house also rules losses. Okay. So Ketu's ambivalence means that the native does not fear the natural ebb of things. Okay. And these people, they give to charities without fear of diminishing their bank account. Okay. They don't have any problems decluttering their home because they are not attached to things. So these people, they can immigrate because, they have resigned to leaving home. So these people will be, will be very much open to psychotherapy because they are not afraid of surrendering their ego. And Ketu in the 12th, I've seen people having an alternative view of reality, for example, an out of body experience, maybe. And some natives also have an aptitude for remote viewing, okay, where the higher self leaves the body to explore a world beyond what the lower self can see. Now, the native has low psychic boundaries, and as a result, such a native may be subject to subliminal impressions, open to psychic influence, and can be a good subject for hypnotism. And because the 12th house also rules the eye, so clairvoyance may be the most likely form of channeling. Now, these people, they may be ambivalent about their dreams and interpretation, foreign travel, meditation and prayer, or retreats as a source of rest and rehabilitation. And they may also disregard conventions of the bedroom, for example, revealing low barriers for sexual intimacy while remaining ambivalent. Okay. Now, Ketu readily surrenders. In fact, Ketu is all about surrendering, and the 12th house becomes the bedroom. So these natives may be passive sex partners, and although this can indicate indiscriminate sex initiated by others, it also suggests that such natives are susceptible to sexual fantasies because the desires aren't strong enough to pursue the matter in real life. Okay, at heart, such a native may be ambivalent about sex. Okay, Ketu is restless but detached, so it can reflect a lack of commitment to physical intimacy. Now, this does not mean that such a native will avoid sex, but then such a native may have an attitude of, I can take it or leave it. Okay, so Ketu is naturally disposed to let go. Okay, so in the 12th house, it favors occupations that make this happen. For example, anesthesiologists, grief counselors, sponsors, in rehabilitation centers, administrators in weight loss clinics, social workers who work in drug rehabilitation programs, executioners who administer fatal injections, and priests who perform last rites. And Ketu, we know that it is moksha karaka. Okay, but then there is a confusion that needs to be sorted out here. No jyotish text mentions that Ketu in the 12th house can bring moksha. Okay, and please be careful while reading Ketu in the 12th house. Ketu in the 12th house does not indicate moksha. Okay, moksha is a different ball game altogether. And Ketu in the 12th, the native will not practice conventional prayer. Okay, there is no petitioning to God. Okay, these people are more inclined to meditative prayer, offering surrender. And for example, the serenity prayer, which runs as, grant me the serenity to accept the things that I cannot change, courage to change the things that I can, and wisdom to know the difference. So these are, these prayers have been mostly written by people who have Ketu in the 12th house. And with respect to spiritual guidance, divination, or meditation, such natives may be unable to choose an appropriate tradition, or unwilling to undertake the necessary development to cultivate a practice. Now, Ketu in the 12th is a signature for a sadhu. Okay, having a surrendered attachment to the material world, these people can wander without intention, giving up all desire for positive outcomes, accepting what God throws their way. But how much the native might desire sanctuary, these people may still feel like homeless, like homeless transients living in summer camps, youth hostels, refugee camps, or even concentration camps. Okay. On the flip side, true sanctuaries may be available via ashrams, spiritual retreats, or foreign residency, especially when associated with the spiritual pilgrimage. And because Ketu is apathetic, so these people may shun medical clinics, hospitals, or mental institutions that require surrender to the custodians of care. Okay. And this happens because these people have a subconscious fear of confinement, whether it's a closed room or a prison cell. Okay. Now, these natives, they love to be in the dream world. Okay. And some people, they find frequent escapes to their dream world because they become so heavily burdened by their physical labor. All right. But then even in sleep, the mind usually does not find much rest. As I said, Ketu in the 12th can give disturbed sleep. So I've seen many people having Ketu in the 12th house. They say that their dreams are wild. And although some people suffer from nightmares, other people experience vivid dreams, eclipsing all other experience. And these people may display a low threshold between dreaming and waking. Okay. And I highly recommend that, if you have Ketu in the 12th, you can practice a form of yoga, which is known as Tibetan dream yoga, where you can cultivate conscious influence in your dreams and bring a new awareness to the waking life. Okay. So that's it from me in this series, and that's it from me in this video as well. Hopefully we will have a new series from, in the upcoming times. And just to make this announcement, the Jyotish Foundation classes will be resuming from this week. I was forced to take a break for almost a month because of some spiritual practices that I was undergoing. And the foundation classes will resume live from this week onwards. So I'll see you soon in those foundation classes. And as I said, please leave behind your valuable comments to let me know whether this analysis resonated with you if you have your Ketu in your 12th house. So that's it from me in this video. I'll see you soon in yet another video. Namaste. Thank you so much for watching. Om Guruve Namaha.